Hi, I'm Danielle Drolet, Corporate Reporter with PR Week. Today I'm here with Jim Whaley, SVP of Communications and Marketing at Siemens. It's great to have you here today.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Excellent. Well, it looks like we're into September and the fiscal year is going to be coming to a close for you guys at the end of the month. Can you give us a little recap of what's been going on?
Well, it's been a very busy year. We set some very bold goals at the beginning of the year. And I think we're very pleased as a team here at Siemens USA with what we've been able to accomplish. I mean, one of the things we've been able to do is really tell the Siemens story and use all our communications professionals across the U.S. to get involved with it. So we're pleased that our Answers campaign has resonated both internally and externally. And so we're very excited with this year and look forward to next year.
Great, and looking ahead to this year coming, what can you tell us? What can we sort of look forward to?
Well, I think what we're going to try to do is build up on the successes that we've had. I think one of the things we've been able to do is use a strategy of using our executives in fall leadership events and really use them as subject matter experts. And then to use their passion of what they do in any different field that Siemens covers to talk to a variety of decision makers, both in government and out of government. One of the big initiatives we have is our cities programs. We know that cities have to do a lot of infrastructure rebuilding, have to modernize, have to become more sustainable, and we're the perfect company to do that. We have the great portfolio to do that. And so we've used different initiatives to be able to reach those folks. One of those initiatives is our Siemens Sustainability Awards, which we've coupled with our focus with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. So we reached all these Chamber of Commerces across the country, and they're participating in the program, in the competition, to see what cities, what towns, what villages are more sustainable to others, and then share best practices and use Siemens folks to help them gauge what they're going to do in the future. So it's using our Answers program, using our subject matter experts, public and private partnerships to be able to tell a holistic story of what Siemens does in the U.S.
Great. Now, you mentioned earlier about the Answer campaign, and that had launched in 2009. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what you're sort of doing now to keep it fresh?
Yeah. It's a great campaign, one that really sets a great base for us to build upon because we can use answers for healthcare, answers for life, answers for energy, answers for infrastructure. So it's very adaptable to all the different organizations that make up Siemens in the U.S., which is 4 sectors, 15 operating divisions, and 63 business units. So very complex company, but it gives us a great vehicle to communicate. I think one of the things that's made it so successful is we've been able to say somewhere in America, Siemens is, and then we fill in the blank of what it is that we're doing. And so it resonates with people here in the U.S. and helps Americanize our company. I mean, we've been here for over 100 years in the U.S., 160 years plus as a company, but in some places people did not know everything that Siemens did. And so that's helped us kind of Americanize the company. It's also done something that I don't think we intended to do, and that is really build the morale within the company. We have over 60,000 employees in the U.S., every walk and shape, and it's built a real pride within the company because they can point to a commercial or an out-of-home advertisement or something in a magazine or a radio and say, that's the company I work for. And so that builds a lot of pride within the company. And with pride and passion, there's not too many things you can't do in life.
Right. Now, there's an environmental and sort of sustainability element to that. Why is that such an important thing for Siemens?
Yeah, well, close to 40% of our total portfolio is focused in sustainability. So we have great products and services to be able to really answer the needs of towns and companies and a number of factories and things to make it more sustainable, more environmentally friendly. And you see towns and states really addressing this issue. And I think when we tie that with our cities program and the fact that we're a company that's committed to this, it really positions us as a company to be able to really answer the tough problems.
Now, in terms of, are there any other initiatives or efforts that you're going to be rolling out in the year ahead?
We have a lot of great initiatives upcoming. One of them I'm really proud of is that we've been able to get all our employees behind the American Cancer Society. With 65,000 people, we had a number of different initiatives involved in our community, but we've picked American Cancer Society as one that we want our company's employees to get behind. And I think that ties into the whole communication strategy, is what you do in the towns that you live in. Again, it comes back to the pride and passion that people have for the company. And I think that's going to position us in the communities that we work and live in. I think we're also going to build on the Answers campaign. It's been very successful. It's very integrated. So we haven't relied on one mode of communication more than another, but we'll have an active TV, new set of TV commercials. We're certainly going to be robust on radio. We're going to have very interactive airport displays so people can find out what their water usage is and maybe figure out how much electricity they're using. We're going to be very proactive in our healthcare space. And so we're going to use all the things, both online, in the media, and taking over web pages and things like that, using blogs and interactive media to be able to tell our story and get our people involved in it. I think that's where our strength lies.
So lastly, you have a pretty interesting background. Before Siemens, you were Director of Comms for West Point's Military Academy. So how does that can you tell us a little bit about that and how that role sort of transitions into this one at Siemens?
Well, there's some similarities and some that are quite different. I really grew up in the Army as a helicopter pilot, which doesn't have too much to do with communications, other than maybe that propensity to take risk. I think the communications function at West Point was a highlight for me in my career. I was able to tell a story of a great institution that's really the history of the U.S. Where does that tie in here? I think, like any management position, it's about leadership. It's about caring about the people that you work with, empowering them, and I think the Army taught me that after 20 years, that people like to be led in a way that their boss is out front with them and rolling up their sleeves and getting involved with it. And I think there's no difference between the Army and business in that regard. I think one of the things that I've been able to bring here is this, we've started a veterans network within the company. We've committed to hiring 10% of our total new employees will be veterans. We've developed a great veterans network that involves all our veterans within the company. And we've been involved with some great organizations like Hope for the Warriors that are helping young men and women transition to civilian life. We're very proud of that, and I'm happy to play a small part in it.
Great. Well, it was a pleasure having you here today.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
You.